Cedar Rapids is now officially looking for a new police chief. That's because 66-year-old Chief Wayne German is too old to be a licensed police officer, according to the state of Iowa. For weeks behind closed doors, the city weighed turning that position into a civilian one to keep German on.
Instead, the council voted without debate to give him a $240,000 payout to retire. KCRG TV9's Ethan Stein joining us now. And Ethan, you had asked about this issue as early as January about this retirement and him reaching this age.
Yeah, Jim.
And they sounded like they didn't think it was a concern back then.
Well, you kind of said it right there. We did reach out with an email after someone reached out to us about that state law, asking if this applied to a chief. A spokesperson for the department told us it did not apply to the chief, but 2 months later, back in March, we found out it did apply to the chief once an interim was appointed. We reached out to the city trying to figure out why this happened, what occurred over there, but the city really declined to answer, citing personnel reasons. In emails we received, the city said one option was to rewrite city code to make the police chief a civilian position, but 3 police unions wrote letters to the city manager urging against that, concern with the precedent that would set. Linda Sagers is on the police chief's advisory council. She says the announcement of the chief being placed under review caught her off guard. Sager says she's concerned with the lack of transparency, and the idea of putting the chief on paid administrative leave could also create the wrong impression.
There's got to be more to the story. More to the story. I mean, yeah, you knew he was having a birthday coming up. I would have assumed that if this was in there, someone would have drawn it to their attention.
So Sager went on to say that she thinks that it gives people who don't really pay attention to what's going on to look like what he did and that they just got rid of him. Sager also says she's surprised that nobody caught the age requirement. One other person at today's city council meeting complained about the lack of transparency regarding the chief's departure. According to a city spokesperson, the city appointed Tom Junker as the interim chief of police today. He's been the deputy of police since 2013. We do not know of any formal process that's been underway, though, to find that new police chief. Live in Cedar Rapids, Ethan Stein, KCRG TV9 News.